Reasons why you should travel. Welcome to the channel. I'm Bombshell K, and today we'll be discussing reasons why you should travel. Okay? I don't have them written down in any particular order. I'm just gonna say it as it flows, right? There's a thing about traveling that I've always realized. When you step outside of your element and decide to go elsewhere, and if it's a good experience, it motivates you. You're like, wow, I want this life forever. Have you ever went somewhere where it's luxurious and beautiful, and whether it's a nice view of a city or a nice view of a beach, and you're like, I want to make sure I can give this to myself, or I want to make sure I can live this way for a long time. That's one of the reasons I believe we should travel. It's motivation. It motivates you to work hard for the life you want. It motivates you to be consistent. It motivates you to be persistent. Not giving up is a big part of living. Because when you decide to give up, you might as well be dead, right? Never give up on your goals. Never give up on your dreams. Traveling is a great motivation. I see why it has become a phenomenon. It has become a craze. Because the feeling you get when you're there, the relaxation, the adventurous side of you comes forth on a trip, like, on any trip that you take, really. Another reason why you should travel is to appreciate what you have. A lot of people travel to places like Africa, different parts of the African continent, and when they go home, they see, or while being there, they see, wow, I have it pretty good. I have a pretty good life. And that is one thing that you should never take for granted, is what you have, because somebody may be doing worse than you. And it's not only Africa. It can be some parts in the Caribbean where people are really struggling. Even here in the States, you go to certain states and you go to certain parts of the state and you see how people are living, and you're like, my life is pretty good. So it brings awareness. It helps you with your sense of gratitude. Another reason to travel is to experience another culture, of course. Experience another culture, another person's way of life. What they eat, what do they believe, what do they do, what do they listen to, what do they watch, what do they wear. It's interesting to see those things. Traveling opens your horizon. It opens you to new possibilities, and it lets you see the world on a whole different perspective. Have you ever been on a trip where you probably had a nice view of the city, and the way how you feel just looking at that view, thinking, wow, I've made it. I have discussed this with someone before. As we were staring at the view, we stared at the view both from our window and on the rooftop of the building that we were staying. And it just makes you appreciate everything. It makes you appreciate the moment. You know, when you live in the moment, when you travel, it's a wonderful thing. And I remember us having that conversation as we sat at the high top table overlooking the city, and we were just, you know, in awe. And the conversation we had was really good, you know, about how we want to move forward, you know, in life from here on out. Because when you're up that high, seeing what's around you and knowing that it's possible to achieve these things, your mind then starts to race and you're saying, how can I position myself to do these things long term? I encourage everyone to travel. It doesn't have to be outside of your country if you don't, you know, really desire to go too far. Which I wouldn't see why you wouldn't. But if you're in America, see another state. If you don't want to or you can't leave the country. If you can't leave the country, see another country. Wherever you are in the world, see another part of outside of where your stomping ground is, and I promise you it'll be different. I'm from Jamaica, and I remember my first time going to Kingston. I have never seen tall buildings in my life, and I was pretty young. I don't think I was even a teenager the first time I went to Kingston. I lived in Manchester, and I've never seen buildings that high. I've never seen roads that wide with multiple lanes. I only saw that stuff on TV, you know? And I knew then and there, I was like, wow, I want to travel my entire country. I want to go from parish to parish to parish. You know, like how they call it states in the US, they call it parishes in Jamaica. And I remember saying to myself, I want to travel all these parishes, because if you know Kingston looks like this. I've been to St. Anne, like where the nice beaches were, and I was like, whoa, I wanna, you know, every time I go somewhere I want to go back, and I end up wanting to see even more of, you know, my country, you know. I remember going to Montego Bay. Only went there once, but I was on a resort. But you know, little things like that, it molds your mind and it puts a sense of drive and zeal and zest into you to want to achieve better, you know? So, I'm just encouraging everyone to go out, see the world, see your country, see somewhere other than where you, see somewhere other than where you live, you know, your town or whatever the case might be. It will open your eyes so much more, and it will expand your horizons. Thank you for watching. I'm Bombshell K. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and see you in the next video.